thank you for being here with us today. And could you tell us your name and your history in Baltimore?
Yes, indeed. I'm Rochelle Rikki Spector, and I guess what I most am famous for is being the longest-serving local elected official in the history of Maryland. I was on the Baltimore City Council for just a few months short of 40 years. And I say now that for 40 years, I got paid every 2 weeks. Now, for the good people of Baltimore, I work harder, but nobody pays me, so that makes me good for nothing.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your service. That's incredible. It's so great to hear a woman's voice in this spectrum here. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Harborplace in the 70s?
From day one, from my early beginning, I'm from Baltimore, and my folks were ship chandlers. And the Port of Baltimore was the major port on the East Coast. We had a thriving port, and we had a congressman at the time that wouldn't dredge the inner harbor. And without dredging the inner harbor, the ships could not come in. And so he was against the dredge material that would be removed to be put on Hart Miller Island, which was a constituency of his. So we had a terrible, terrible loss of the very valuable fact that we were the most inner coastal port on the East Coast. Fortunately, Helen Bentley was a Sun paper reporter for the Port of Baltimore, and she ran against Congressman Long, and she succeeded, and she was able to at least try to neutralize some of the damage that Baltimore lost by being a port city. It was at that time that we had the former mayor, former Congressman D'Alessandro, had gotten a tremendous amount of money to recycle the harbor. And I was in the city council in the late 70s with William Donald Schaeffer. And Rouse had just been doing some port, close to port, like in Boston and New York and Philadelphia, redeveloping those areas. And he had an idea that he could recycle Baltimore for tourism, convention business, and conference business. That was a perfect opportunity to help the economy of the city of Baltimore. There were people that were against giving Rouse an opportunity to come up with a plan, and they put on the ballot, like we do now, vote against the idea of developing the inner harbor. Mayor Schaeffer and the city council put a question on the ballot: yes, let Rouse have 6 months to come up with an idea that might work for recycling the harbor. Fortunately, it passed, and we have had for 40 years, a wonderful development that has inured to convention business, tourism, and conference business. That's what I'm here for today. This area was not meant to be a bedroom for rental units. It was meant to help create the tax base for Baltimore City, encourage the business, the development of tourism, conferences, and conventions. So I'm so anxious, hopefully, that tomorrow the good people of Baltimore will get what they deserve, an opportunity not to make this wonderful location at the harbor a bedroom for rental units.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this proposal by MCB Real Estate to put apartment buildings right there, basically?
Vote no. F. Vote no to F. F to F.
F to F. Thank you, Rikki Spector. It's so amazing to have you speaking out on this.